Hi, friends. It's Mrs. McCarver, and it's time for today's reading lesson. This week, you have been doing such a good job of remembering to use your sound power and using all the letters and sounds that you see in words to help you figure them out. But today, I want to remind you that we don't need to do that for every word. I know it's really exciting when we can say the sounds individually and then blend it together. That's really exciting when we figure out new words. But there are still some words that you know right away in a snap. We don't have to do that for every word, especially when we look at a word and we know it right away. So, today I want to remind you that readers are still able to read the words they already know quickly. I have a new book called Pig and the Big Rig, and I want to show you what I mean. Okay, so here's my new book. It's called Pig and the Big Rig. A rig is another word for a truck, like a big semi-truck. Now, we've been talking about looking at each letter and saying the sound that it makes, but sometimes that can trip us up because we do that for words where we don't need to. Let me give you an example. So, if I was reading this book and I needed to figure out some words, I might need to say pig. Oh, maybe I don't know this one. Gets. I'm doing a really good job of saying each sound and blending it into a word. Okay, let me keep going. Up. Int. But wait a second. Now I'm doing that so much that I'm forgetting that I already know some of these words. I didn't need to say both sounds and blend it into this word. That is a high frequency word or a snap word. I can read that right away. It's up. That word has been on the cards I've been practicing since the beginning of the year. So if I took the time to say up, that was wasting my time. I could have read that in a snap. Same thing with this word. When I look at it, I see two high frequency or sight words that we put together into. I didn't need to say each of the sounds in that word. So let me try again. Instead of stretching and blending each word, I'm going to make sure that when I come to a word I know, I say it quickly. So I might need to stretch a few. Pig, gets. Pig gets up into the big rig. So I already knew the words up, into, and the. I did not need to stretch those out. Pig gets up into the big rig. So I need you to remember, when you come to a word that you already know, you're going to say it in a snap. We do not need to stretch out every single word. The same thing, now that I know pig and big and rig, when I see them again on the next page, I'm going to remember them and say them quickly. I see lots of words I already know on this page. Do you see any that you know? Can you point to some of them? I bet you might know what is in the. We might be familiar or be able to read those words really quickly, so we don't need to stretch them out. You might remember the word rig from the last page or the title, and the same thing with pig. So it's important as a reader that you're paying attention to words you already know and not using your time to stretch those words out. All right, friends, today as a reader, your job is to pay very close attention to all the words. Some of the words are words that you already know. Maybe we've been practicing on our cards, and you can still read those words in a snap. Your job to stretch out words is for words you don't know. Don't stretch out every word if it's a word you already know.